The Delta variant is of great concern for us because this is one of the variants of concern that is circulating around the world. Our ability to understand where this variant is spreading is dependent on the sequencing that is available around the world. And so far we know that 92 countries have the Delta variant that is circulating, 80 countries of the B.1.617.2 and an additional 12 countries which have the B.1.617, but they haven't further subtyped it. We don't know the sublineage that's circulating there. This variant has demonstrated increased transmissibility. It is more transmissible than the Alpha variant, which is the B.1.1.7, which spread rapidly around the world. This Delta variant is spreading rapidly around the world as well. If it has an opportunity to spread, given that we have increased social mixing, the relaxation of public health and social measures, or the inappropriate use of public health and social measures. And what I mean by that is relaxing too soon or too quickly. It doesn't mean the lifting of a lockdown or an all or nothing. It means that adjustment isn't done as carefully and controlled as possible. And given that we don't have full vaccination, it will spread. We know that there's a recent suggestion from one study in Scotland suggesting that there's an increased risk of hospitalization, but that is some preliminary work that's done from one country, and that needs to be further studied to better understand impacts on severity. We don't have an indication of increase in mortality from the Delta variant, but again, we're still studying this variant as it's circulating around the world. In terms of vaccine effectiveness, we do know that all of the variants of concern, including the Delta variant, the vaccines remain effective against severe disease and death, and so this is a very good sign, but we need 2 doses to be administered to have the full level of protection. We do see reduced efficacy with the 1 dose, and so we really need those who have received their first dose to receive that second dose. What is really critical is that our public health and social measures still work against the Delta variant, but they may need to be administered for a longer period of time to be able to have the same level of control as we've seen for other variants. And if we have the uneven amount of tools around the world, some countries only have public health and social measures. Other countries have public health and social measures plus vaccine. And so it's not really a fair fight against this Delta variant. But the good news is that the public health and social measures, the individual level measures, hand hygiene, avoided crowded spaces, wearing of a mask, making sure you have clean hands when you put on and take off a mask and dispose that mask of properly, disinfect that mask properly, making sure that you have good ventilation, spend more time outdoors as opposed to indoors in settings where you're able to do so. All of those measures remain incredibly critical at reducing the spread. And of those countries that have access to the vaccine, people need to have their second dose to have the full level of protection. So we're still learning, but we are concerned about the Delta variant that is circulating. If it has an opportunity to spread, it is really spreading quite rapidly in a number of countries.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com.